Rock and Joe. Rock and Joe. Rock and Joe. Rock and Joe. Rock and Joe.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Rock and Jouv Show.
What's going on, everybody?
Very special day, as you can hear. We have Al back in the saddle again, and another special guest that we'd like to welcome to the podcast here is a longtime friend of the pod, Mr. Chad Willard.
Let's go. What's up, guys?
Here he is.
We made it.
Big Willie.
Welcome.
Yep. So what a
Willy
special
Wonka.
occasion for him to join into. Celtics with an overwhelming Game 4 victory at home. Absolutely needed. This was a must-win game. Let's just dive right in. Talking about it, does anybody want to give us a synopsis of the overall game, top to bottom?
I think let's have our guest do that.
Top to bottom?
Yeah,
Top
just
to bottom was a straight blowout.
yeah,
He's getting paid the big bucks for this feature right now. You better give us a good synopsis.
yeah.
Oh God, I'm stressed. But no, this is exactly what the Celtics needed. They needed a blowout. They needed not a close game. They needed a confidence booster. So
Totally.
they did. I think they did everything right, and that's what they needed. This is how it should go.
Yep.
I think the Celtics are such a better team, and after the way they performed last game, they needed this.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though they had that encouraging comeback, it was almost more frustrating that they ended up losing in Game 3 after that being down 26, and obviously Jimmy Butler being out for the second half. But yeah, I totally agree. This game was huge, and you know something I kind of realized during this series, and it's maybe one of the reasons that I felt more confident against the Heat than the Bucks, is that I don't feel like the refs are really at play. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like, yeah, maybe sometimes they let us play or let them play or whatever. Maybe it's a little rough and tumble, but I feel like truly Giannis got so many like whistles that he didn't deserve, and I don't feel that way about Jimmy Butler or Tatum. I feel like this is a pretty even series.
The officiating in that Milwaukee series was god awful.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, like
I couldn't even.
I don't know what agenda exactly Adam Silver had, but he just the zebras were on full display. That was like it was zebra time.
Yeah. Something encouraging about this game, and it's what I said before Game 3 is we just, if the Heat wanted to come back, what they would need to do is have Bam Adebayo be an active participant, and he was in Game 3, he had 30 points. But here in Game 4, we held him to 9 points. Nothing, he really only took 5 shots. And part of that is, I guess they were getting blown out, but he only took 2 shots in the first half. I mean, this is somebody that averaged 19 points in the regular season. Chad, do you think that limiting Bam going forward is going to spell disaster for the Heat, or do you think they can get it done without him?
I don't think they can get it done without him. I think Robert Williams is literally the key. If
Mm-hmm.
Robert Williams can play these next 2 games and is healthy,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he only played 19 minutes, but
Yep.
when he was on the floor and he was guarding, I would have to look up the stats, but someone posted it. There's something about how when Robert Williams was guarding Bam Adebayo, he did like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
he
think
turns
that
into a child.
Yeah.
he's supposed to be their second best player. So if he doesn't show up, he showed up 1 game.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
That was, I mean, it is crazy, like kind of back in the day when Robert Williams was young. It was always, I was happy that we drafted him from Texas A&M, because we needed a big, and then he didn't really do much, and I was like, just get rid of him. Like, let's get a real big, and now he's proved, obviously earning a second defense honor, that he is absolutely a crucial part of this team. It's amazing. I mean, it's truly, I don't want to sound foolish, but it's truly the same as not having Smart. I mean, having that boost of energy, rim running, defense. I mean, he can truly do it all.
All defensive second team.
Yeah, seriously.
Did he make that?
He did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually couldn't. When we drafted him, I couldn't stand him because I am a UNC fan, and he was the reason
shit.
why.
Oh my
UNC
God!
lost.
Yeah, in
Do
the
you
second
remember
round.
that upset in the second
Yeah.
round? It was Robert Williams, and I forget who their other big guy was at the time, but they were literally the reason why UNC got upset. They were the 1 seed, so I couldn't stand Robert. I couldn't stand Robert Williams because of that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I remember in the last minute or two of that game, like they were already up big, and then they had like a fast break. He did like a windmill dunk and then after that, I think
Yep.
they just pulled all the stuff
yeah.
off the floor.
Yeah, I remember that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Al, Jimmy Butler did not play the second half of Game 3. Obviously, they were up 26, but he had some fluid issues in his knee. He comes back to play Game 4, and he goes 3 of 13 from the field. 3 of 10 from the first half, and he only ended up playing 8 minutes in the second half. Do you think that fluid in the knee kind of impacted that game from him, or do you think he just kind of had a bad game?
I think it's definitely a little bit of both. But 21% from the field is god awful, and obviously he doesn't shoot the 3 ball nearly as much as he did anymore. And even with the mid range, I mean, it's all about with Jimmy Butler. It's all about like his footwork. Like a lot of the points that he's scoring, like he's isoing guys down low. He almost plays like a power forward at this point. He's isoing guys down low. He's just banging dudes
Pause.
down low. Yo, I just said that, and I just thought about the Charles Barkley clip. Because dude, his shit was going around like all morning. They were just like, Charles Barkley is like one of the top 10 funniest people ever, and there was probably like at least like 40 different clips. I was like dying laughing at. But yeah, his team is a lot more. Like he plays like he's a power forward at this point.
It's
like,
a very rugged game.
Not even a stretch for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he definitely.
I think.
No, finish.
Yeah, if he doesn't have his legs under him, like he's gonna be trash. Like a lot of the times he's taking point blank layups and like short mid range shots and shit. And if he's not gonna have his legs under him for that, and he's not gonna be able to overpower guys, which is a lot of what his game is based off at this point, he's gonna shoot 3 for 14.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be trash. And he's going to be trash on the defensive end. Like when he was guarding Tatum last night, he got torched.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is Tatum is such a finesse player that, I mean, we really are kind of fortunate that, Tatum can do it all. And he is a big physical guy, but he can also, absolutely kind of give somebody a hard time. And somebody that's been giving him a tough time is P.J. Tucker. So P.J. Tucker's been pretty good defensively against Tatum, but when you have P.J. Tucker on the floor, you absolutely lose, first of all, size, and secondly, you lose that offense. Chad, who would you like to see if you were the Heat guard Tatum instead of maybe just leaving P.J. Tucker out there? He's kind of dead in the water.
Oh, God. I don't know, man. I don't know if they have anyone to. Let me look. Let me see. Let me look.
I think the thing that makes Miami such a good defensive team is that they always come up with a scheme instead of just like, all right, we'll throw PJ Tucker on him, or all right, we'll throw Jimmy Butler on him.
Yeah, but they've
Obviously,
been having PJ Tucker
like,
just almost headhunt Tatum, and PJ Tucker's obviously a physical guy, kind of borderline dirty at some plays. I feel like,
he definitely makes up for his lack of size with physicality.
Yeah. And so they're starting. I'm not exactly sure who they're starting, but I know Gabe Vincent is among them, and
he's coming off yesterday he came off the bench.
Yeah,
okay.
Strus started.
Was it Strus? Yeah.
But
he was
awesome. So, I mean, like if we do keep it a buck, like PJ Tucker is definitely a step slow compared to what he used to be. Like again, still like a great role player, like he'll just bounce around from playoff team to playoff team because everybody knows what he is and he can shoot the good corner 3 ball. But like in reality, Jaylen Brown shot 5 of 20. That's exactly what you want if you're the Miami Heat and you still got absolutely blown the fuck out of the water.
Well, I think that's the thing is the Celtics truly are kind of what I feel is to be a double-headed monster. I mean, seriously, along the likes of Golden State, I truly believe that that they are one of the best 1-2 combos in the entire league. Tatum and Brown. So yeah, maybe you can stop one, but even when they stopped Tatum in Game 3, Brown had 40. And when they stopped Brown in Game 4, really it was just kind of Brown stopping himself, going 5 of 20 from the field. But when they do that, Tatum shoots 50% from the field on 31 points. And he missed 6 threes. And he still had 31 points, getting to the line 16 times or 8 times.
I feel like
the Celtics shot horribly from 3, and they still blew Miami out of the water.
Yeah, they didn't shoot well at all.
No.
Miami just couldn't do anything. And Miami shot much better from 3. But
they were just missing shots.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning,
yeah.
I feel like it was like felt like it was over right away because
they had 1 point. They had 1 point for the longest time.
Totally.
They set a record for the least, like it was like the longest without a field goal. It was like they got their first field goal. It was like Oladipo off the bench with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and that reminds me of the Celtics. Obviously, first half the game before. The Celtics first half the game before. I mean,
exactly.
It was even the first quarter. It was just barren. We just had a completely dry first quarter. So.
I have a feeling that this next game is going to be a close one.
Yeah, absolutely. A player for the Heat that has been kind of
stepping up. It depends on who plays.
You're right. I was going to say that a player that's been stepping up for the Heat has been Oladipo. Do you think that he absolutely is he a problem? Is he a factor moving forward? Is he somebody that they can rely on? Because in the first 2 games he was very quiet. But is that somebody that's going to change the tide for them, or did he just have a couple good games?
I think they have to rely on him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Jimmy Butler not being 100%, I don't know. I feel like Oladipo's been pretty good defensively. I think that was the guy who I think they should be having guarding, like Brown or Tatum. Like, why? I feel like at this point, like he should be starting over Strus. Like the dude's like 0 for 7.
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever reason, like Spoelstra loves Strus and Gabe Vincent. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there are definitely players that play much better than anybody ever could have expected, but he kind of does go to the well a lot with those 2 guys, and like gives him a much bigger role than probably most other teams would.
Yeah, even Caleb Martin is somebody I feel like they rely on, like, to kind of give them a boost off the bench, but I'm not shaking in my boots when I see him. If I'm on the Heat, I'm watching kind of Pritchard have these big games. He's averaging for the series, he has 45 points, but per game he's been averaging 11 off the bench. Grant Williams with 10 points this series. Consistent contributions. Al Horford with 10 points. Robert Williams with 10 points. That compared to, Max Strus's 8 points, Caleb Martin's 8 points. We're kind of relying on our guys, and they're relying on theirs, but our guys are just kind of coming up bigger.
Yeah. Now, let me ask each of you guys this question. Kyle Lowry, is he ass?
I think he's ass.
Yeah, I've never really respected him. I used
to like him.
Ashton Rock definitely went on several rants about Kyle Lowry making All-Star teams that he did not deserve.
I believe that.
I just don't know how he I look at him run, and I'm just like, how is this guy a 6-time All-Star?
Exactly.
I just watch him play basketball. I'm like, how is he that how did he make it that far? He's 6 foot and he has the shortest legs I've ever seen, and he's not athletic.
No,
at all. And he's kind of overweight. But now I feel like it's finally he's 36 years old. I think this is it for him.
In these 2 games, he's averaged 7 points per game that he's played against Boston.
Kyle Lowry will be making $30 million for the next 2 years at least. So I think it's definitely not it for him. He's going to come back every year and collect that paycheck.
Oh yeah. He'll come for the paycheck.
The amount of players that are scoring more than him when he's your second highest paid player or something is Duncan Robinson, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent. All these guys are scoring more points than Kyle Lowry. And that's your guy. I think that he absolutely needs to be held partially accountable. I don't just think it's Jimmy Butler's fault.
Yeah, let's be factual here. Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year, out for the game, right?
Yep.
And this dude shows up 1 for 6 in the field, 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe this could be the birth of a new segment. Is he ass? I'm going to say yes. Kyle Lowry unless unless he fills himself up with a bunch of electrolytes and comes out strong in Miami. At this very second in time,
and
he is asked.
It's going to be a huge first quarter getting to Miami. I want to look ahead to Game 5 here in a minute, but I just want to say that towards the end of this game, Duncan Robinson came in garbage time, and you know he's getting what $20 million a year. You know they've definitely paid him to play, and he really hasn't gotten that many minutes over the regular season. I'm not exactly sure why, but he comes in. 12 minutes, puts up 12 points, goes 4 of 6 from 3, 4 of 8 from the field, and kind of catches a little life. Do you think that is somebody, because me personally, that's somebody that I worry about, because I've seen that kid hit shots that he definitely should not have. And I feel like when we played them over the course of the regular season and in years past, that's exactly what he's done. He's hit those kind of tough shots to put them to elevate the team. Is that something? Is Duncan Robinson somebody you're worried about, or does he not even cross your mind?
I worry about him a little bit. I think he needed that game yesterday, and that's why I was kind of like upset that he was still in there making shots, because I think he was at least one of their key pieces all year, and he just hasn't been able to find his stroke. And I think that. Like, they were even, like, intentionally, like, they were talking about a play where Vincent, like, passed to him to give him, like, a shot just to see it go through the hoop, like a wide-open layup.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they need him at this point. I mean, if Jimmy Butler's is what he looked like, I don't know. I just feel like he is not close to 100%. And I think they just are, like, I think we got him by, like, I know it's 2-2, but I feel like it's 100% the Celtics series to lose at this point. I feel like we got like all the momentum. I feel like we have like our guys getting healthier, and I don't know. I feel like if the Celtics lose this series at this point, it's like super embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Duncan Robinson went back to his hotel happy about that game last night?
I think so. I do.
I think he did.
He got some time in, and like Chad was saying, he got to see the ball go through the hoop. I mean, that's huge. I mean, this Heat team is a deep team. Let's not shake our nose at that. I mean, they play 10 guys, and those 10 guys can all contribute. Their 10th guy is probably Dwayne Dedman, and honestly, I mean, he could be effective against us.
Dwayne Dedman.
What?
I can't stand that guy.
I know,
but
he was
just like trying to hurt people yesterday.
Yeah, he was for sure. He was getting mad.
He was just going in there and he was like, let me just try to hurt as many people as I can.
Yeah, him and Jaylen Brown got into that altercation, and they gave out a double tech. I was like, what the hell? Like, why? Like, it was obviously Dwayne Dedman, but I mean, this is a deep team. I mean, Duncan Robinson's like kind of like their
I think they're just
man.
so well coached. I think that's why they're so good. I just think they like mesh so well, which is why they've done so well this year, and they were the 1 seed. But I just feel like it's like the only way the Celtics lose at this point is if like Robert Williams is out, and if like Tatum just like doesn't show up. Because the games we lose is when like if Tatum's on, like there's no chance we lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's putting up 40 points, like there's no chance, 0% chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but if
he doesn't show up, and like he did in Game 3, then that's the only way. Like we just can let them inch back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like Miami's hanging on by a thread, and that's why they're so good. Is because they're able to just like hang on.
And they are a mentally tough team. Jimmy Butler is obviously, I would say, probably one of the mentally most tough players in the league. I mean, he has grit and grind embodied. And Kyle Lowry, I mean, honestly, has been there before. He's been in the playoffs for a long time, And, I mean, this team was in the finals a couple of years ago, and they didn't win it, but they are a mentally tough team. I feel like that first quarter is huge. If they come out, because there's no reason we should have lost Game 3. There just isn't, right? So they came out and just kind of set the tone, so much so that we were kind of scrambled, obviously, ended up losing by only 6. But, I mean, being down that much, I mean, Miami didn't come back last night, right? But we came back. Celtics had brought it even down to 1 point, after being down 26. And we were up maybe 30, and the Heat only brought it to 20, So absolutely, we can catch fire, and we can. You're right. This is our series to lose. I do believe that. looking ahead to Game 5 here, obviously a very crucial game. I mean, is this a must win in your opinion, Chad?
I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think we need it. I think if we lose again, I just feel like it'll be like such a morale killer just to like get smoked and then smoke them and then lose again. I don't know. I feel like we need this one.
I totally agree. Al, from a Celtics perspective here.
I was gonna say, so from an outsider perspective here, I don't think it's must win, and here's why. Obviously, like, you want to win that game. If you win that game, like, you feel really good. You're coming back for Game 6 at home, in Boston, right? But the Celtics are definitely playing much better right now. Yeah, so the Celtics are definitely playing much better. The Celtics definitely have the momentum right now, but for Game 6, you're coming back, like, you're going to be the favorite team in that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless, like, there's a barring catastrophic injury, like, you'll almost definitely have Marcus Smart back for that game. Hopefully Robert Williams is chilling. Like, you'll be the favorite for that game. So as long as you win your home games, anything can happen in a Game 7. You already came back down from the brink against a much better Milwaukee team. Like, Milwaukee is just a better team than Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have Chris Middleton, it's whatever, but like Giannis is so much better than anybody that Miami has to offer. And you guys already came back from that. So I feel like if you came back from that shit, I mean, barring like Golden State going absolutely crazy next round, like the Celtics can come back from just about anything.
Yeah,
Sure.
I am in the school of thought that with Chad on the sense that and I totally agree with everything you just said, Al. You're right. We were down 3-2 against Miami, and that is kind of a kiss of death. I mean, I think we were down, going into Miami for Game 6, down 3-2 in an elimination game, and we came out and took it. But I want to say that I don't want to bring this to a Game 7. I think Game 7 in FTX Arena, which is now the Miami Heat Arena, is not something I'm comfortable with doing. I totally agree. I want to win this next game. And that's a good point. You brought up a good point. If we are healthy, I think it's a must win. If we have our full team, we have to win that because no team has actually been fully healthy this entire time. Robert Williams obviously having that knee surgery. And then he's been kind of like out, in and out. And with Smart having that, I don't know if it's an ankle sprain or whatever. But if those guys are healthy for Game 5, then I would say it's a must win. Absolutely need to, because then you're going back to Boston up 3-2, and I like those chances.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The thing that Boston can't do is get complacent and be like, all right, we have Game 6 at home, like we've already come back to doing that. Like you have to throw Miami a gut punch in that game. Like if you allow Miami to come out and do what you guys did last night, then all of a sudden they have their foot on your throat. And then Game 6 is going to be like a very tense environment. Like Boston's going to start pressing. Like you have to at the very least compete. If you lose a tight game, you lose a tight game.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics need like a confidence boost too, just from like having 2 huge wins in a row, because I feel like we're just been so inconsistent. Like it's been like fun, and like some games have been so fun to watch, and some games have been just like so like frustrating.
Right.
Like fucking watching.
And I just don't
paint dry.
And like I just don't think they would be able to beat the Warriors if it went Game 7. I feel like if we were able to just like win these next 2 games, I feel pretty confident. Obviously, you gotta win them, but
and
that's true. I didn't even think about that.
And that's a great way to look into Golden State here. They're up obviously 3-0 on Dallas. I anticipate them closing that out tonight. And then you have the team from the Western Conference waiting and watching as the 2-2 series in the East is waiting to battle it out and find the winner. So that is a great point.
Yeah, if they close it out tonight, like Draymond, Steph, Clay, they're just going to be hitting the spot all fucking week. They're going to have their body in
they're going to be rested.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what they need, obviously, having those old legs and everything.
That'd be good for them.
Do you want to give us some insight on this Golden State series, Chad?
Yeah, just before we jump into that, I just would like to add this, that if say this is the Knicks in this series, right? Like, obviously, complete hypothetical scenario, like, and we come off this blowout Game 4 win, and then we go to Miami in Game 5, and we fucking lose. I absolutely would hop on this podcast and be like, what the fuck was that? The season's fucking over. There's no way we come out in Game 6. And then I'd come down and be like, all right, you know what? Whatever. It's a new game. We'll have MSG. Like, it'll be lit. But there's no way after watching Game 5 loss after that shit that I would hop on this podcast and be sane.
Right.
I just had to add that in
No,
there.
I totally.
I feel like I was being a
totally
little too
respect
calm.
that. No, I totally respect that. And you're absolutely right. I mean, you're optimistic saying Boston can't. I mean, you're right. Miami is a better team than this team. I'm sorry, Milwaukee is a better team than this Miami team. I do believe that. I do believe that Tatum is the best player in this series. I don't think he's been the best player.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I don't think he's better than Kevin Durant. I mean, he played better than Kevin Durant, but I wouldn't say that he's better than Durant or Giannis.
Durant's a fraud.
Durant is a fraud, but
Katie's so soft, bro.
I can't stand Kevin Durant.
no.
He's charming. He's probably gonna listen to this too.
You think he's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
gonna
listen?
listen to
We
this.
should tag him.
I think.
Yo, if
I'm
we
after-
tag him, he would.
I'm after this. I
Oh.
can't stand him. It's crazy. He used to be my favorite player.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was one of my favorite players too.
Remember when he was like a rookie? I loved him. And then as soon as he went to Golden State, I was like, see ya.
Dude, yeah, when he went to Golden State, I was kind of just like, yeah, that was like very, very weak. And like, I used to love that Golden State team too, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know what to do. And then he went to Brooklyn, and I was like, yeah, fuck this dude. He like, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Like, he is like for like a basketball superstar, he is like very like down to earth. Like, we'll just like talk ball with random people. We'll just like talk shit. Like, obviously his
And he
game
could
is still, like,
have
incredibly
stayed in.
fluid, and he's mad funny.
He still could have stayed in Golden State too.
Dude, if he did, like, they might have, I don't know,
won just like 5 straight.
literally.
Yeah, because
But then he was pissed about him tearing as a kid. Well, he did tear as a kid.
Yeah, obviously, like, there was
He was
that
pissed
whole
about
obstacle, but like, if
That's
he
why he
signed
left.
like another max contract, like, they probably would have won last year. Probably would won, might even still win this year.
I don't see anybody beating that team, truly. I mean, if it was the 4 of them still, I mean, because, dude, they've replaced Kevin Durant with Andrew Wiggins, and they're still, going to be in the finals.
Yeah.
Well, that was like they replaced what's his name, Harrison Barnes,
Yeah.
with Kevin Durant, and they just set the record for the most regular season wins ever.
Yeah,
That
that's
was just
disgusting.
wild.
And then they're like, yeah, we're going to sign DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
fucking
my
God.
God. If that would have
That
panned
was
out. Oh, my God. That poor guy just totally fell off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
I'm happy
warrior.
I'm happy that he's still playing though. I'm happy that he's still like,
Where is he? Milwaukee, right?
no, he was on Denver.
No.
And he was like a legitimate contributor.
Yeah, he played well.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of those series.
I think when he actually plays, he plays decent. He still got
Yeah, like
something in the bag.
I mean, he was
Yeah,
the
like-
best center in the league when he was good.
Oh, number one, undoubtedly.
Oh, he was insane.
Yeah. And then he
When him
just
and, like, Anthony-
wasn't. And then he just, wasn't all of a sudden. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, remember, he would be
Injuries.
getting, 40 points and 20 rebounds, and Anthony Davis would have,
He was absurd.
25 and 30 and 5 blocks
And
or
they
something.
still lose.
Yeah.
And they still fucking
Yeah, and they'd lose every game.
Yeah. No, but
That's actually why I'm rooting for Oladipo. I actually like Oladipo a lot.
Nah, me too.
no, it's hard for me to root for him because he was an all-star a couple years ago, and I know he got injured and everything, but it's he's not
Dude, his knee got destroyed.
I don't know. It's just he comes back and plays for the minimum. I'm like, that's not fair. I don't know. It's just I don't. He's still nasty.
Yeah,
He's still Victor
yeah.
Oladipo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, if you think he's bad, fucking Malik Monk at age 24 took a 1-year minimum contract with the Lakers to bring Chase and missed the playoffs.
Oh,
The amount of the amount of guys that went to the Lakers to ring chase, and then who else did that? Who's the
Everybody. They brought the whole squad back.
What about
Kendrick
who
Nunn.
didn't
Kendrick Nunn, and I don't even know if he fucking
Chris
played.
Brown knee? No, he didn't play a single game because he bone bruised his knee on a table or something.
who? Austin Reeves?
Pretty sure that's No. The dude who used to play for the Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn.
Uh,
He banged his knee on a table, or I don't know if that was made up or not.
It was probably like he probably was doing some stuff shit.
Avery Bradley is on the Lakers. Wayne
Oh yeah,
Ellington,
Trevor Ariza was on them.
Dwight Howard, Avery Bradley, Kent Bazemore, DJ Augustine.
I hate that team.
I know.
That
Me
team
too,
is
bro. It makes me so happy that they suck.
Yeah.
I can't.
They were
stand
quite literally worse than the Knicks this year.
Dude, this says that DJ Augustine is making $393,000. I thought that was less than the minimum. Like, why is he making such a little contract?
He probably signed like a
I
half,
didn't even know he was in the
a,
NBA.
half a season contract.
Oh,
He used
Yeah.
to be pretty good. Back
yeah,
in the day
he
on the
he
Magic.
was a starter for the Magic. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a few years ago.
How did that team make the playoffs multiple years in a row? Like, what the fuck? The East was literally so bad. The East was literally
It was
so
awful.
bad, dude. They won. I remember they took game 1 against Toronto because Kyle Lowry was awful. He scored 0 points.
Yeah,
like,
I've
fucking-
never
they're getting-
respected Kyle
Evan
Lowry.
with
They
Evan
made the
Fournier.
exactly, bro. They made the playoffs with Evan Fournier.
He balled out. You know who I want to talk about turning back the clock real quick is Al. I mean, what a
Oh yeah, we have to.
it's just funny. Just
We love Al.
I just can't believe what he's doing. Like before the pod, I was like, man, Al Jouv is saying, man, he only shot the ball twice, and he had a plus minus of 33.
Literally,
Oh
He was,
my
had, like,
God.
fucking-
he was blocking the shit out of everyone.
dude.
Oh,
They
my God.
13 rebounds, 4 blocks, couple assists, and he's been doing that like the whole playoffs, bro. I'm gonna say he's been kind of like the dollar store Draymond.
Yeah,
That's kind of what he's been playing.
I know, not dollar store, dude. He saved our ass in Milwaukee.
I know. No, that's fair. I'll upgrade him to Walmart.
Target.
I think he's Target.
Yeah.
Target.
Whole Foods.
That I just don't think that you have a better game than this, realistically. 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 offensive rebounds, 11 defensive, 3 assists, 4 blocks, 0 turnovers, 5 points. It's just incredible that he just does exactly what's asked of him. And, people thought he was going to retire after Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that was wild. Because he was like basically like, we're just gonna sit you out.
Yeah.
That was actually like, I remember when we traded for him, I was like, why would we do that? I'm like, why would you want? And then as soon as you start playing, I'm like, oh my God.
I was kind of, I don't want to say
He's just
upset, but
meant to be
it was
here.
an eye roll. It was an eye roll for me because I was like, we're just moving back in time. We're getting these guys that we used to have, Tice and Al Horford, and we weren't that good last time, so why are we getting these same players? And, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. I mean, that was, he's huge, and Tice really hasn't been, obviously huge, but he gets little minutes here and there, and if we need him to come off the bench and do something, he will. But we have such a tight rotation now, really. That's something that Ime is better at than Brad. I feel like Ime is just, he's going to play the best players. He's not going to just try to give Naismith some minutes or whatever, Nick Staus. Like, he's just going to play you if you're good. Like Peyton Pritchard getting 24 minutes a game or in the last game, and Grant Williams having 36 off the bench. I mean, damn.
How do you feel about that move? Why Jimmy Butler got in the first place? That like Peyton Pritchard thing. That what's his name said it was like a dirty. Spoelstra said it was a dirty move by Pritchard.
Oh,
Have you
what?
seen that video?
No, I didn't see that.
That's how Jimmy got hurt in the first place.
Oh, I
They
didn't
said
know
like Spoelstra was saying that like he grabbed his leg. There's a video of it.
that. I'm looking
Look it
up
up.
right
It's
now.
on that's how Jimmy originally hurt his knee.
Wow, I did. Al, have you seen this?
I saw it's like where he was on the ground and he kind of just like ankle tackled him.
I don't know. I'm about to look here. I mean, that's how you play the game. I mean, it's chess, not checkers.
I mean.
Oh,
don't
I
think
do see it.
he-
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, that is kind of sus. But that's how you play the game.
So-
That's it, baby.
Someone commented and said, "Nope, clean," and they should reward him.
I mean, Jimmy Butler's not that frail. I'm sorry. He's not going to get hurt like that.
I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose.
No. And if he did, he's
But,
he's
maybe.
great at making it seem accidental.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean,
What I
Chris
think
isn't
he
that kind of guy.
what I think he tried to did is maybe stop the play, foul him. He's on the ground. He saw Hero get it over there in the corner.
Like an intentional injury. It's surprising that he got injured on that.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, like I said, he's not usually somebody that's very frail. I don't know. I can't even really think of when he's been actually hurt.
Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose.
No,
But that's just me being a biased Celtics fan.
but honestly, like I said, I mean that's something that Tatum and Smart both went down with very suspect injuries last game. I mean, Smart, it was just a freak accident, but Tatum, that I don't know. I mean, I guess that was a freak accident too. That stinger to his shoulder.
Yeah, I thought that he was when I first started that game, I was like, oh no. I was like, Tatum doesn't look good. I was like, I think he's hurt, and then he just started pouring it on.
Yeah, he was just like bang, bang, bang. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you for doing
He
that.
he missed a layup, and I was like, oh no. I was like, he's still hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was nervous, but-
What's crazy is, I mean, his ability to get to the free throw line that game. I mean, that's what we've always kind of needed from him, especially when Jaylen Brown has been kind of a turnover machine. But Tatum had 24 points in the first half yesterday compared to his 10 points the entire game in Game 3. But he got to the line, 7 times, hit 12 of 14 free throws, 6 of 11 from the field, and 0 of 3. He had a terrible three-point shooting night, but it just didn't matter, which we really lucked out with.
Yeah, that's a good sign that we're still able to blow them out, and we did not shoot well from 3.
Yeah, the whole Celtics team shot.
Because that was the reason why we beat the Bucks, is because of the 3.
Oh my God, it was insane.
Grant Williams.
Yeah.
It's just wild to me because the guys that I thought that we weren't gonna win with have just came out and just
Totally. Yep.
have played a championship team.
Absolutely.
Like Grant Williams and Al and Rob. I always liked Rob Williams, but I was never he's gonna be the championship center starter.
Absolutely.
And now this year it's just I don't know, the whole vibes just feel different.
And I don't know who to shake their hand for that. I don't know if it's Ime. I don't know if it's everybody just knowing that they need to take that next step. But if you were to look at this roster, I mean, the only roster that's, I don't know. I mean, obviously we drafted this entire team, I mean, that's incredible. Everybody except for Derek White and Al Horford has that actually gets minutes has actually been drafted by the Celtics. I mean, you look at the Mavs. The Mavs are obviously a worse team on paper than the Celtics, but these guys don't have the household names, that some of these other teams have, and we just kind of absolutely stick in there.
No, it's still Luka Mavericks over there anyway.
8 of 34 from 3 is what the Celtics had in this game, compared to the 14 of 36 from the Heat from 3.
Damn, they actually kind of shot okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's our wrap of the Game 4. Celtics obviously taking a big one, and absolutely looking forward to Game 5 on Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday at 8:30. I think
Yeah, I think so.
8:30.
Okay. Yeah, kind of late games
And
for East Coast people.
Yeah, and then Friday I'll be back in Boston.
Boston? Yeah. And hopefully we'll be closing it out there. But we will, we'll be back to talk about Game 5 as long as it goes well. In a
hypothetical scenario where Boston does make the finals, you guys can try to hit a game.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
dude,
it'll
Only to knock on one hypothetical scenario.
I would do what I had to. I mean, that's just crazy.
I'd rather go to a parade if they won than go to a
That's
game.
true. That's
Those
true.
parades are just like insane. But I think
Yeah,
I'll be done by then. I wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna have a team win a title, but I need to hit a fucking parade, man.
What do you like
Absolutely.
for?
They're
other
boring once
besides
you've gone to
the
enough of them, Al.
Yeah, right. So Knicks, Yankees, Giants, Rangers.
Knicks?
Rangers game 4 tonight. That shit is gonna be so stressful.
Yankees are good though. I mean, they're not gonna win shit.
Yo, Yankees are mad nice this year. The
Yeah.
boss is
they're
horrible.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Yeah, they haven't been good.
we'll
They're
turn it
stepping
around.
up though. I just went to a game better. Yeah, I'll turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
The AL East is nasty, so
You know, I actually haven't talked shit to Nate Shannon in a while about the Red Sox being bad. So I'd need the Yankees to win like another game or so. So I have
He said
I
that.
totally
He
back
said that
myself
you
up on him. He's
messaged
gonna
him.
get that.
It was like Al slid up on my story when I was at the Red Sox game.
yo, I did. I was like, he just posted that shit, and I was like, damn, sucks or some shit like that.
But thank you guys for listening this long and everything, and thank you very much to Chad Willard for
Thank you
coming.
very much, Chad.
Always a pleasure.
Sorry the show today.
Yeah.
Sorry the show
I had a
today.
blast.
Yes.
This was fun stuff.
Good. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and go Celtics.
Sure. Take care. Honestly, I do want the Celtics to win this series.
Yeah, you better.
I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
Good.
Besides that, fuck Boston.
Yeah, right. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right.
Brock and Joe. Brock and Joe. Brock and Joe. Brock and Joe. Brock and Joe.